that they can also receive the same happiness and the same truth in their heart.
So
I have a lot of testimony, but because of time I will stop from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Deacon Drake. Also, our pastor, Michael Mugo, from Kenya Church. He will also give us a brief testimony. You give him a round of applause as he comes.
Good morning, church. My name is Michael Mugo. So I'm thankful to stand before you, knowing that this is the second time here in Uganda. So before I testify, let me read one verse in Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. It says, "And she shall bring forth a son, and she shall call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sin."
Naye alizaala omwana wa bulenzi naawe olimutuma erinnya lye Yesu kubanga yalirokola abantu be mu bibi byabwe.
So early this November,
era nga November atandika,
a pastor called the mission student.
Omusumba yayita abayizi b'obuweereza.
Then he was explaining his heart toward the Uganda church.
N'abanyonnyola omutima gwe eri ekkanisa ya Uganda.
So he told us,
n'atugamba,
I want to choose a few of you.
Njagala abamu ku mmwe.
Then you will go to Uganda.
Mugende Uganda.
Then I want you to witness the gospel.
Era mutandika okujuulira nga mubuulira enjiri.
Then he asked, who want to go to Uganda?
N'agamba ani ayagala okugenda Uganda.
Because I was here,
kuba nali wano,
I wanted to come back and visit my souls.
Era nali njagala kukomawo nkyalira abo be nali mbuulidde enjiri.
So I raised my hand.
Ne mpanika omukono gwange.
Then he told me, you have to sit down.
Naye gwe n'agamba gwe olina okutuula wansi.
Because you already went there.
Kuba gwe wagendayo dda.
Then you have to remain for construction work.
Gwe sigala ng'ozimba.
So I had to sit down.
Ne ntuula wansi.
So we stayed for long.
Ne tumalayo ebbanga ddene.
But the team could not come.
Naye nga ttiimu tesimbula.
Because the work was a lot.
Kubanga emirimu gyali mingi.
Then early this December.
Era December nga atandika.
On date 2, we were supposed to have a family gathering in my family. So I went to the senior pastor. I told the pastor I want to go home. Then for a family gathering. Then he told me he will think about it. Then I went to remind him again. Then he told me, you don't need to go, we are busy. When I listened to pastor, I thought, how busy are we? That I cannot go home for even for 1 day. Then I stayed in the compound. All of a sudden, pastor said, I want to choose 15 of mission students to go to Uganda. Then I did not think I am among them. But I was chosen. And from Monday, pastor called all of us. And he said, those who are ready can go. So this time we received grace and we came those who are ready. So after we came here, I remember pastor sharing about the Matthew chapter 1 verse 21. It is talking about the birth of Jesus Christ. Pastor used to speak in 3 Sunday service. This time of festive season, everybody is going to the village. And every person is preparing for their family gathering. And many people, they think this is the time that we can take beer together. So pastor was asking, who planned for all this thing? When I think about senior pastor, he he said sinners should not celebrate for Christmas. Righteous people should celebrate Christmas because they know the meaning of the birth of Jesus Christ. Even as I came here, I saw that the church has prepared for Bible seminar. Because Pastor told us you are going there to witness the gospel. And when I look at the heading of the brochure, it is speaking about Matthew chapter 1 verse 21. So every day we are going and knocking the doors of people. And I'm surprised I found them having the same heart. You know, I'm going to the village this time for Christmas. But I asked them, do you know what's the meaning of Christmas? They tell me very well. On the other hand, I asked them, can you say you don't have sin? They tell me, of course, everybody is a sinner. Then I tell them, that's the reason why you should sit and listen to the gospel. So one by one has been sharing the gospel. And my heart became so very much happy. When I thought about the heart of senior pastor and the target that he gave to us, when I look at it, clearly it's not possible. But I remember one day he gave us a promise. Let me read it shortly. In Acts chapter 2 verse 47. Verse 47 says, praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to the church daily such as should be saved. Here the Bible says it is the work of God to add the people to the church. And it is the work of God to give us favor to all people. So for me is to just go out and witness the gospel. Then one by one I can see God is saving people and bringing people in the church. Whenever I see 1 or 2, 3 people coming for Bible seminar, my heart is filled with joy. So I was so much thankful even to receive grace through the church to come here. Thank you so much for welcoming me here.
Thank you so much for that testimony. Also about this time we shall have to listen to the Good News Mission Special News. This is news that shows how Good News Mission is working throughout the country. And also throughout the world. So brethren, it is important that we know how God is working. Right about this time, you'll give them a round of applause also as they connect us through the news. Thank you.
Pastor Aksu Park visited India on the 14th and preached the gospel at the 83rd anniversary service of Goody Bible Mission. Goody Bible Mission is a very large denomination with 1 million members attending throughout India. Pastor Abhabu Takumar, the leader of the denomination, came to interact with the Good News Mission through the Christmas cantata and the World Camp held in Korea. As many as 300,000 people attended the founding service held at the Duber Bible Mission Prayer Center, and the Indian Sesame Children's Choir and the Gratchas Choir performed congratulatory performances, leaving an impression on the audience. Pastor Aksu Park preached that anyone can live a blessed life if Jesus works on their hearts, and powerfully shouted the gospel that Jesus has forgiven all of humanity's sins forever in front of 300,000 people. The National Christmas Cantata Tour, which has been ongoing since November, was held this week at Sejong Center for the Performing Arts in Seoul and Poon Art Hall in Yongin. Although there were only 2 performances a day at the Sejong Center for the Performing Arts, many audiences flocked to the concert, and groups such as the National Police Agency, government officials, and multicultural organizations continued to attend. People from all walks of life, including former Prime Minister Lee Soo-sung and the Honduran ambassador, visited the concert hall. From the 14th to the 17th, a total of 7 performances were held at the Poon Art Hall in Yongin, sponsored by small businesses and residents of Bundang and Suwon, and attended by multicultural families and the U.S. 8th Military District, adding to the meaning of Christmas. The tour continues next week in Daejeon, Daegu, and Siheon. IWF Binan Kodanu branch held the IWF Festival on the 9th. For the event, Good News Corps members visited schools and appeared on the radio to promote IWF and this festival. About 40 distinguished guests, including the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Youth, and Director General, and 600 citizens attended the event, and true stories and experiences among various cultural performances were very moving. Missionary Seong Won Kim gave a mind lecture on the need to change one's perspective for a healthy mind. Uganda IWF held its 2nd volunteer orientation for the year-end farewell service on the 9th. About 250 college students participated in this meeting held at IWF Kampala Church, and various programs and mind lectures were held. Deacon Evans of the IWF Kenya branch gave a lecture on the world of the heart, saying that you can become a great person who changes the lives of a nation through the Bible. The orientation continued until the afternoon and served as a time to expand communication among students. On the 9th, Kenya Ifair Nakuru, the branch held its first free weekend academy graduation ceremony. The Nakuru branch has been offering free classes in 8 subjects every weekend for the past 2 months. The graduation ceremony was attended by the director of the Central Youth Ministry and the Nakuru National Assembly, AID, and the graduates showed off their talents by presenting the results of their learning in each class. The Nakuru branch announced that it plans to continue the academy for those who cannot benefit from education due to poor environments. Good News Bangkok Church held a 3-day retreat starting on the 11th. Of the 800 attendees, about 200 were new, and missionary Ju Jong-sik from Kyushu